moments. So here we go. Field bunched up. And here we go. Bring it down. If you're not getting going now, the one, the newcomer, the guy from L, he's got great early on. First time out here. And here comes the belly in the yellow 44. Feels like he runs together right now. Take a look down the inside. That's it on the line. From my vantage point, as he's come to rest basically adjacent to the flag stand here. A wild crash. You can see the mark on the wall where that car went up into the air. I don't know how it didn't roll over. Ladies and gentlemen, word from the back straightaway, the driver is okay. Give him a round of applause. Now that the driver's okay, I can give you the good news. We are under red flag. That means it is half off barbecue pork sandwiches at the concession stand during the red flag only. So if you want a half off barbecue pork sandwich, go get it now. I didn't want to make light of a bad situation until I knew the driver was okay. But it is half off pork sandwiches for the duration of the red flag. So if you want to go get it now, one per person. So again, it's a red flag, that means a red alert, so half off those barbecue sandwiches if you want to take advantage. Thank goodness he's okay, because that was a scary moment. I know we have this red alert deal tonight. Didn't want to make light of a bad situation if the people looked good over there. That's why I held off this side of the news for a minute. For Aaron Mohr.
I just had on. Well,
here we go. 4 laps complete.
I threw cornhole. We got a Jack and Jill at the Beaver Bar tomorrow.
Okay.
Greg Senior, he's already
Okay.
As well, Michael McCormick takes off. Dale Howard, I guess my Dubstep. Daniel Guy, already a popular driver down here. He's got a line building. He can't multitask. He's too young. Doesn't know how to multitask yet. But we'll sneak in here in just a second. Daniel, go ahead and sign it. Sign his card. He's been waiting patiently. Here, get one of these. These are nice too. There you go, buddy. All right, Daniel Guy. Like I said, we've got quite the line down here, and you've got quite the special wrap on your car. So I wanted to talk to you about the wrap here. So tell us a little bit about this special thing you got.
So, sometime earlier this year, I had the idea. I was going to the garage and saw a thing of Dad's car way back in the days before I was even an idea. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to recreate it for his birthday, and sure enough, kept it a secret for long enough. And made it happen. I think it turned out pretty good. It's a little bit different, but it's really cool for sure.
And you've been trying to step over here with me. Get away from that speaker a little bit. You've been trying to run this car for a couple of months, and of course we rained out when you originally wanted to bring it out as a surprise. So feel good to be back on track?
For sure. I mean, we had time to hype it up too, so that was pretty cool. But we're all over the place. One of the most fun.
Get over here. Come over here. Come over here. We're at the one spot where the feedback is bad.
It's just one of the most fun race tracks you'll come to. It's so fast, and like I said on the Facebook thing, you can run different places and make it work. So it's a really fun race track, and I love coming out here.
And you're also racing for a very special cause. Your dad was telling me a little bit about it when we were talking about here during your race. But what's the cause that you're racing for? I know we have some of them in the house.
So Halifax Health and I, we teamed up for an awesome thing. It's called Race to Stop Suicide. And it really just tries to start a conversation and get people knowing about it and how to spot it out and try to stop it. It impacts everybody. So it's really important to me and my family, and I think it's cool that we partner with Halifax.
And you have a special wrap underneath this one that will be coming out here next time too. So we'll let you get back to signing some autographs. But that's Daniel Guy in the 43. He's got a line here, so we'll let him get back to driving the special paint scheme for his dad. And his dad raced over 20 years ago and driving for the Race to Stop Suicide as well. So driving for a good cause. So let's see who else we can find down here. Another one of the more popular drivers. We have some Hero cars as well and some B's as well. Back to Monopoly, good to see you back down here, young lady.
You too. Glad to be back.
Looking for another victory tonight, aren't you?
Of course.
Of course, you find out Ben McLeod's got a ride tonight. You tried a little bit of run through your line. Just make it as easy for you, right?
No, it's okay. It's good to, it's comforting to know the people you're driving next to that you can trust them. So, I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, he's a good driver and it's races. So I'm sure they figured out some things. They might be trying to beat you in the future.
Maybe, you never know.
Well, it's good to see you have some competition. Good to see you out here. Let's get Monopoly in the 59. Come get some Hero cards and some beats down here. And another one of our regulars here, Walton Smith, he's got Hero cards as well. Yeah, we sure are. Walton, good to see you back out here. Thank you for visiting me, man.
Yeah, we're actually feeling really good tonight. There's a decent card now, which is surprising for the late models right now. So it's going to be an exciting race. It looks really competitive.
That was a very competitive race. They put on a heck of a show, which things get interesting. No, it'd be the benefit. I gotta say, you're running a lot better than staying up there right in the race again.
Yeah, we're finally figuring out the car. We got a little looser in the corner. So now it wants to go right around the bottom, right where I like it. So we'll see what we can do tonight.
Oh, if you're watching, that's number 24, Walton Smith. Come up and see him. We appreciate him being out here. He runs super late sometimes. He runs pro late. He runs whatever he can. Let's talk to one of our Mod Mini drivers who's signing sprint car Hero cards. That's Dylan Reynolds. He'll drive sprint cars, Mod Minis, whatever they'll let him drive. He's signing a couple autographs here. We'll let him do that real quick. We've got about 10 minutes or so out here. Dylan, get back out here, man. We love it when you bring me out here. When you get a chance to drive this hot rod for Jamie, you always tag team, we've had to do this every year. You have a good lap for your it's going to be good, especially with you and Tyler and all those guys.
Oh yeah, it'll be a blast. We get to start outside front row, so hopefully we can get out front and stay out front all night.
That's the plan, right?
Absolutely, all of it.
I'm sure you would like to qualify first, and then you had Tyler and Tyler, two of the best out here. Do you know how to win? How do you feel about your team?
Car's going pretty good, so as long as everything goes as it should, we should have nothing.
All right, so I expect you to be right up there in the mix from this point, okay?
Yes, sir.
No pressure. All right, let's go around. Let's hear it in the 8
down and get your foot car here. Smyrna Speedway, who else we can find with all these people. Jeff, how you doing today, Jeff?
Not bad. Got it all back together for the last race.
And you had, man, you literally had the wheels fall off of this thing this year. And it's been that kind of year for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, this year and last year haven't been the greatest, but we're getting there. Cars getting better. We made a wrong adjustment before qualifying. I probably didn't drive the best time I could have, so we'll see what she does in the race.
Well, luckily that's just qualifying. You got 50 laps to figure it out versus 25, so hopefully you can make your way up to the front.
Exactly. What people do.
Jeff here, number 21, we appreciate him being out here. He'll be down here signing autographs. Here's another guy I want to see that top two. And a lot of popular drivers out here tonight. Travis Sukup, it is good to see you back out here, young man.
Thank you.
Where you been hiding?
Just trying to stay much, we bring it back out, but we're out from out there, so I'm going to bring it back out, and pretty glad we did.
Racing day is a little bit expensive, isn't it?
Yes.
I gotta say, it's always nice to see you out here. You had such a good year last year, finally getting those first couple wins. And even when you come out here, how do you feel about your chances tonight?
Feel pretty decent, but however goes, it goes, I guess.
There are a lot of tough cars out here. So, let me ask you this. Let's get to know you a little bit better. What do you do when you're not out here racing?
Mainly all I do is work on my cars and stuff, and that's really it.
So cars are what?
Yeah.
Well, that's good if you're going to be racing car drivers. Good to see you out here, though, man. Let's kind of see you up in the 45 Super Stock, and we'll see what you can do tonight. This time, I'm going to see if Travis Summers on the field Travis Speedway. We're going to raffle off the 50-50 that the NASCAR Foundation was going to the grandstand and selling. So, get out with the NASCAR Foundation 50-50. Let me get that thing out. Travis, you can have a running order if you don't mind. This is from the NASCAR Foundation. They are the sponsor of tonight. And you did enter that 50-50 raffle. We have tickets 506-9848. 506-9848. There's a red ticket. Come on down and see us here at the start-finish line. NASCAR Foundation representatives are down there. Again, that's 506-9848. That's a red NASCAR Foundation 50-50 raffle ticket. So if you have that, come down and see us at 506-9848. I'm going to be down with you. I'm going to come back down, guys. If no one comes to find it, we'll get somebody else. We're going to come out here. So that's the ticket. Come and see us here at the start-finish line. We'll check back in with them here in just a moment. Let's see who else we can find.
First announcer at NSP.
But you know one of our fans here. So you haven't been down there. I'm having a great time, bro. Let's try to do some good racing tonight. I know the few races were not fantastic, weren't they? They were. The bombers were seeing. I'm really glad that that one I'm glad did not really hurt me. No, I'm glad I didn't hurt myself either, but you're on this show. Where were you from? You act like you're doing something. Coming out. Down to Brad Bay. That's what I like.
I don't know. I'm here. I'm ready to sign some autographs. Come on over. Get them.
Tell everybody what car you got, because they don't know what you're talking about.
It's the winning car tonight.
The winning car. Oh, okay. I like that. So you can see that for one car. It looks like Rich was pretty good in the first, so you got to figure out how to be one.
Yeah, Rich was pretty good, but he wasn't that good.
He wasn't that good. So Michael Mohr has something for Rich Cloud tonight.
He's the defending track champ.
You know that invert always makes it exciting. Did they invert it tonight?
Invert was 2, so there's 4 spots in front row.
Perfect.
That's right where you want to be, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright, hey, I'm on the 2X. Starting second, right?
Yep.
Starting second, so watch him and see what he can do tonight.
No, on the pole.
Hey, you're on the pole?
Yeah, they were.
That's right, invert was 2, that's right. Yeah, you're starting on the pole, that's right.
It's a little light.
We'll feel like Mama can do from the pole. Alright, so first time to 8:45. Alright, we're going to do 5 more minutes out here at the autograph test. It's a start taking those last couple of pictures, those last couple of autographs. And here's the young lady I want to see you talk to you real quick. Signing some autographs. Jessica Elena was an impressive run in the heat race. Jessica, I did not know what to expect. You came out here with a early hill when one of that driver did this one too and that was super impressive.
I didn't know what I was expecting either. I just, 6 weeks ago to the date, I had probably one of the worst reps I've ever had, probably the track that I was racing at, and I tore every tendon and ligament in my foot. Passing here is a lot tougher than I was expecting, and I think I came here with no expectations. Now we have the expectation of getting a top 3 or maybe even win.
Oh, like I said, I think you surprised a lot of people. You probably heard a lot of things. You guys were driving on after the show. You guys ready down for 35 miles an hour there?
I think so. He was a lot of fun to race with. He was such a clean racer, and if anything, I think we put on a really good show for the fans.
Well, I think you will. Thank you for coming out to this one Speedway. Glad to hear that you're doing better.
Thank you.
All right, let's get Elena in the 9. Look forward to her in the event. Let's get our here real quick again. Get that last picture, get that last autograph. Start clearing the front straightaway, please. So we're not going to race so we can get back to the racing here in the next couple of minutes. So you're going to need everybody to start clearing the front straightaway. That way we can get back to racing here. And let's go talk to you the man that gets the race so hard with here. Brad lays down here signing some autographs all the way back out here. Brad, you and Jessica were talking. You guys put on a whale of a show in that heat race, and I'm sure it kind of surprised you a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, that was fun. She got right up on my bumper, got underneath me, and had a couple laps of some fun in the heat race. We're starting, I guess, basically like we ended the heat race, so hopefully we can go out and put on a good show.
See, now you guys can believe us. We actually do put those 0s and the 2s in the inverts.
Yeah, it's been a while since I had a 0 or 2, so I'm glad to see one.
For once, you actually get to earn the starting spot for having a
Things change. Some cars will be better at the end than others. Hopefully, we're one of them.
All right, we'll go out there and put on another good show.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Brad, man, car number 9, and they've got a special tire guy working tonight. I'm going to go talk to him because he's looking at me smiling. Patrick, tell us, you've gone from racing cars to working on tires. What happened?
Glorified crewman.
Glorified crewman now, huh?
Oh, my
What are you
Chris
doing? Are you overfilling the tires so that he doesn't have a chance? Is that what you're doing?
Now, I'm perfectly matching the set so he can run the outside wide open.
That's the goal, make him run wide open on the outside, huh?
Well, I mean, they worked for, what was that guy's name? Tom Cruise.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
Well, there you go. I heard in the background. Thank you guys.
Well, Patrick, I'd like to see you stop working on tires and get back on the way to car. When will you see again?
I don't know.
Soon?
Maybe?
Soon, maybe? Okay, I'll take that. All right, well, let's get back to work. He's trying to get the tires perfectly matched with Brad Megan as we can run. All right, well, once again, we need everybody to start making away off the front straightaway, back up in the grandstand so we can get back to racing. Curling all over. To go racing. So again, everybody can start making away back up into the grandstand. We'll grab one more interview. Let's see. You're on the back. So again, please start making away back up into the grandstand.
It's good to see you, my friend. How you doing, Johnny? Tired already? You haven't done nothing.
Well, we got here on time. We had some problems. We dropped 2 cars tonight, and we wanted to get here last night. We got tired. Rain stopped that. By the time we got here, got tired, got fuel, we missed qualifying. So we're starting to rear. We'll be up.
It'll make it more fun for you.
Oh yeah, I don't mind driving around, but it makes it more interesting.
And you got this 19 car running pretty well the last time you guys were out here. Did they improve them cars or something?
It's going to be a totally different car tonight. It better be.
So that's some hot shoes up towards the front of the field. You got something for those guys?
And we're racing some big names tonight. Ted Bolton, David Russell, Benson. It's anybody's race tonight, honestly. I hope I'm up for it.
Oh, we'd love to see that. That's Mr. Doris here, the 19. Always good to see him. And didn't get to qualify, so not really sure what he's going to have for these guys, but getting them up around the field on track. So, again, everybody, they're going to bring it in. And we'll bring them up. I'm trying to get ready to go race.
they gave you some good competition there in the heat race, but you got the red flag and the big money race. And here you go. You take off and get it done once again.
Yeah, tires definitely make a difference. We ran the old ones in the heat race. They were 3-4 months old, and put some onto the feature, and the car came to life. It ran really good. Run a little hot for some reason at the end, but everything lasted. Everything went real good.
And Patrick didn't sabotage your tires.
No, he did real good. Everything turned out good on the tires, so he did his job good. Everybody that's been coming out to help, we've had a lot of injuries in the pit crew, so he come out to lend a hand.
It's always nice when your friends can come out and help you get a win.
Yeah, it's been really awesome. Everybody works so hard, and they work so hard on the car. Bobby broke an ankle a couple weeks ago, and been struggling to get walking and doing stuff, so I'm glad he's able to be in winter circle. That makes his ankle feel better.
That always helps. Anyone else need to take any sponsors or anything like that?
Yeah, RK Edwards, everybody that, Bobby and Danny Sears, all the RK Edwards guys, everybody that comes and helps. My wife's spotting. There's everybody that helps. New Smyrna Speedway for letting us come play.
Brad, congratulations on yet another win. Give it up for Brad May, your race winner in Car 9. Jessica, great run for you today. Like I said, just a very impressive debut. I didn't know what to expect, and here you are, second place.
I'm really happy. Before we got the race, I was like, I would just be happy with the top 3 with everything that we've kind of been through in the last 6 weeks. I don't know what they did, but there's no way I was catching the 9 car. Congrats to them on the win, and I hope I can come back down here sometime.
Well, don't feel too bad. They are really, really, really good here. So for you to finish second and run up there with them, that's a huge accomplishment.
No, I'm really happy with the finish, and Matt has done a really good job getting the car set up, and solid rock carriers, J&J, Pro Pack, getting me here, and I couldn't be happier.
Congratulations on second place. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jessica Dana, line number 9. Now we'll walk on down here and grab a word with our third place finisher, Daniel Dye. Great run. I'm sure you would have loved a caution. Looks like the 11 held you up just a little bit there towards the end.
It was pretty good. I was right there on it for a little bit, but I couldn't really get the run that I needed to get on them to get around them. But it was fun racing with them. It was fun trying to catch the 9 in front of me. So overall, a pretty good night. The car's pretty good. Got some notes to make.
Got to feel good to be back out on track, though, and kind of get some momentum going for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think we're back out here in 3 or 4 weeks, so looking forward to that. Going to be racing a good little bit up until then, so hopefully I'll stay warmed up and we'll come part of the Brad March.
Well, that would be nice. See if you can upseat the veteran over there. You got a lot of sponsors and stuff on this car. Who would you like to thank probably for tonight?
I got to thank Case Country 98.7 and Halifax Health's Race Stop Suicide campaign. Metro Electronics and SolarFit are also partners with us this year, along with Hampton Inn, Elena Auto Auction, and Daytona Sportswear, as well as Kids Buster Outfitters, Daytona Harley, and Elena Motorsports.
I think you got it all, man. And good thing you didn't forget them up there in the booth. They were here watching you from Halifax.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys had a good night. It's pretty good racing out here and having you guys on the car. So thank you guys for the support you give me, and hope to make this deal really good.
They were going crazy when you passed like that for third. So good job. Daniel Dye coming out with a solid third place finish. Racing noise for him, folks. what was it like from your vantage point?
I would check my mirror every time I come out of 2 and 4. Got him and Greg Bruce back there going at it. I thought I was pulling away a little bit. Once he cleared Greg Bruce, I knew it was going to be on, and he caught me pretty quick, a little quicker than I'd hoped for. But it's a pleasure running with Mike. We always run clean, and have a good time.
How were you able to hold him off, especially off the 4 side-by-side drag race? He's got a little bit more horsepower. How are you able to get it done?
I usually drive it in a little bit deeper than his, and we can usually outhandle him. That prelude makes a lot of power. It's hard to hold off on the straightaway. So if I can't get by him in the corners, it's not gonna happen on the straightaway.
Yeah, looks like you definitely have the advantage in the quarter, and that's all you need to do. Congratulations on the big win tonight. Who would you like to thank for all your efforts?
I'd like to thank my wife first. She lets me do this without a problem. Week in and week out working on this, late nights and everything. Like to dedicate this win to, a couple days ago was the mark 1 year. We lost my young cousin Riley, the brain tumor, and we wait to get the victory lane for him. And this is for him, this is for Riley.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations on the big win. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jared Sabelli, number 44. Five. Rocky, the 44. Thought he had another win coming. Now he'll have to deal with Rich Clouser. Remember, Rich won this race early. Convinced that Rich not going to be this Clouser on this start. You have to do that. Michael Mohr, George Peter, 16, David Poole. The 45 down to Michael Trocky, the race leader. He's going to restart on the inside. Here's the one split. Look at this one split. This one goes inside. The Trocky is outside. What's going to happen now? 3 laps to go. Will they take it? Will they take it?
Got to thank all the fans for being here. Thank our sponsors, Mohr Stream. He helps out all the time, all the Bar Boy guys. My wife, Jerry, can't forget Jerry. My brother, wherever he's at, everybody that helps us
fingers this time.
Yep, that was a thumbs up.
Well, good. That's what we like to see. Good hard racing and some sportsmanship. Anyone else you need to thank, any sponsors, anything like that?
Just headquarters screen.
All right, hey man, great run for you. George Spears coming home in third. He sent his wife. He called you out. You were listening, Kathy. George Spears didn't forget his wife. Congratulations, another good run for George Spears coming home in third spot here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the entire top three. comes, ladies and gentlemen. Your Mod Mini 50 winner, Ted Volpius in car number 71. Well, Ted, Tyler was a handful there at the beginning, and Jacob Russell to say congratulations, but you made it look easy there once we got this race going. After all those cautions, it looks like you haven't missed a beat, even though you haven't been behind a wheel this thing about a year.
Man, I tell you what, these things ain't getting no easier when you jump up out here. They're good. You know, they work on their cars every week, and you know, their performance on the racetrack shows as well. But I've been doing this a lot of years, probably 30, starting in 1987, 88. So just really excited to get this win. But I don't sound like it right here. My voice, I'm just pretty much wiped out. I mean, this is probably an old 57-year-old man. And I'll tell you what, a good race. 115 goes between, that's all you can ask for. I mean, he's a good racer. Wasn't really a fan of the cautions. It's got really into a good rhythm. But, you know, it worked out for us. And fortunately, here we are. Good thing. I would like to dedicate this race to a lady that sat up in this corner right here for a bunch of years. She sat down in this corner when I first started racing out here. She was just as supportive as me as she was Tommy, and Jerry, and her oldest son Ray when he raced here. And she'd tell you if you were wrong, and she'd praise you if you were right. And I'm talking about Mom Simons. My grandson standing right here, who's on the radio with me, and this race is for her. I wish she was still here, but you know, somebody had a different plan, and that's okay. But we know where she is, we love her, we miss her, and this is for her.
She's definitely watching down on you tonight, as is evident by how well you ran. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ted Volpius, your race winner tonight. Ted, enjoy the win, and you did it from all sides. We all miss her very much. Ted Volpius, your race winner, ladies and gentlemen. He was, that's the most excited I've seen someone hop out of the car finishing third, so you must be pretty happy. You know you had some good competition out there, but it's still a good run for you.
Oh yeah, solid night for us. You know, we've been through a little bit of ringer here with some braking and some stuff, and putting us behind the eight ball a little bit, but congratulations to Ted. Good run for them. I mean, I watched the whole race there, and they ran each other hard and clean. It was good racing, and we did what we had to do for our effort, for our overall deal and everything. And yeah, good night for us. I'd like to thank everybody, and congrats to Ted. Thanks to the fans and NASCAR for supporting us, and we'll go on to the next race and improve.
That's all you can do, right? Congratulations, David Russell coming home with a nice third place run in car number 31. That's what we can hope for. So we're going to bring that time by 25 laps, and hopefully it won't take as long as the Mod Mini. All right, here they come. Out of number 4. Denver, wow, he's ready to go. No start, no. He was ready to go, but he got on it, well, a little bit too early. So no start, no start. Here we go. Speaking of trying it again, trying to get the truck race underway. Devin McLeod was going to have another shot here. Can't get this time on the back. Side by side down into turn number 1. McLeod with 25. Second round with 59. quickly, back to Monopoly, your winner. Now we'll head on down here and grab a couple words with her. The ground pounders getting ready to go. Final middle of the night, getting ready. Back again, mom and dad. Well, Becca, congratulations. Another big win for you. This is turning out to be a really, really good season for you with this truck. You have Jeff McLeod here, but he was no match for you tonight. Another big win.
Yeah, Devin's a good driver. He just didn't have the truck tonight to stick with it, but just got to come to the lead and just try to stay there. You never know what's going to happen, so I want to keep that little insurance policy out there.
Well, you've been running over here with us, plus you've been running with the Florida Food Truck Challenge Series, doing quite well both here and on that Mohr. Does running here like this, does that help the plan the race in the smaller track?
Not really. The track is just so different, being how big and wide the turns are and banking, but it's definitely fun to come here and go back here. We'll be back in October of the series, so we'll be back here in 2 weeks with the truck, so it'll help practice for the big one.
Well, I think the one advantage you do have running here is when you come back with the series, you're going to have a leg up on everybody else. And I think that's going to be very important with all the trucks that come out with that series.
Oh, I sure hope so, because I haven't won with a big field yet, so I want to do that in October.
Well, I definitely think you'll be one to watch. But who would you like to thank for all of your efforts here tonight getting you the big field?
Well, yeah, I think my parents, of course, O'Brien's Auto Repair, Sunoco Race Fuel, Southern Race Fuel, Q Auto and Injury Attorneys, all the fans who stuck it out tonight, coming down, getting autographs, saying hi. Thank y'all for coming out, sticking it out late night.
And we appreciate you coming and racing with us. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Rebecca Monopoly, your race winner tonight, in truck number 59. Really thought putting a hot shoe like you behind the wheel of 25 would get back our run, but just didn't quite have it tonight.
Yeah, no, we struggled with it all day. We never been here with it. This is only my second time in the truck. Thankful for James and Sharon Wynn allowing me to drive for them. It's an honor for people to ask me to race for them. So, Becca, they're keep the truck to meet everywhere you go, and especially here, you know, they need to have this place figured out. And thanks for the fans that did stick around for you know, the board truck show. I was trying to run it down there at the end and make a show out of it. It just wasn't on night.
So what are your plans for the rest of the year with this truck? You can come back out with the series next way back out here?
Yeah, that's the plan. Sounds like James wants me to race quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to it. And then I got some plans for new sportsman ride for me for next year, and looking forward to it. And you know, maybe we'll do it in late model as well.
Oh, we'd like to see more of you out here. We appreciate you coming out and racing with us. Devin McLeod coming home in second place. Can I make some noise for him, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Jarrett's out of the car. Make some noise for him if you can. Another hard-earned win for Kelly from the back of the pack. Well, Kelly, I'm going to need you to do me a favor if you can. That's your winning trophy. And I only have a couple of hands here, so they've asked me to have you deliver these to the rest of the guys. So I'll put these over here. Second and third. Well, Kelly, they told you to start in the back and make it interesting, and you sure did. It's always fun watching you pick your way through them and race against all these different kinds of cars. It's so fun to watch, but this thing is a hot rod.
Yeah, we got it wound up pretty good there. I was looking forward to running with Toby tonight. He got the car running pretty good. He was up there mixing it up a little bit. I don't know what happened to him, but I think he almost ran over him when he stopped in front of me, but that's all right. We had a good race there for a little while. And shout out to all the fans who come out here and support us every week. We'll get them coming back here.
Yeah, it was definitely fun watching you in the 44. It looked like an old school modified race there for a minute. And then, like you said, you almost ended up in his back bumper there.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out what happened to him, but well, we get it fixed up either way. You know, he'll be back no matter what. So.
And I'm sure you will too. And like I said, it's just fun watching you cut through this field. And so fun watching these ground pounders. Do you have fun coming out and racing with everybody?
Oh, absolutely. That's why we do it. It's all about the fun. Come out here with the fans.
Do you have anyone that you'd like to thank? I know you had a bunch of people. They're making their way down now. So who would you like to thank for all your help tonight?
My girlfriend Marisol here tonight with me, and her son, her friend there with us. All the other guys, the health guys, had other stuff to do tonight, so we're soloing in here without them tonight.
Oh, it didn't slow you down a bit. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.